The path that Teddi Mellencamp has taken to improve her health has been closely followed by fans of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills over the past few years. Recently, the celebrity disclosed that she had made a mistake early on in her career, which she believes had a significant impact on her health later on. Using her own personal experience, Teddi also discussed the manner in which she believes individuals ought to behave while confronting their own health challenges. The year 2022 was the year when Teddi Mellencamp revealed that she had been diagnosed with melanoma. The artist John Mellencamp is Teddi's father. Teddi is his daughter. It is her appearances on 3 seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which aired from 2017 to 2020, that have brought her the most fame among many people. During the year 2022, Teddi disclosed that she had been given a diagnosis of stage I melanoma, which is a form of skin cancer treatment. After some time had passed, in the year 2025, she disclosed that her melanoma had advanced to the 4th stage, in addition to having brain tumors removed. Teddi recently discussed a mistake that was made by medical personnel during the early stages of monitoring her condition. She made this statement in an interview with Glamour. Despite the fact that she went to the doctor on a regular basis, she noticed that this occurred. According to Teddi, when you go to a doctor, you just assume that your condition is the same. What I'm doing is exactly what I'm called to do. In retrospect, she believed that it was essential for her to conduct research in addition to going to the doctor. The following is what she had to say about her experience. At first, I didn't even really do the research on melanoma because I didn't want to know all of the negative things. Teddi then went on to discuss how the medical personnel failed to recognize her symptoms prior to the progression of her cancer to stage IV. This is something that she shared with me. There is a distinction between self-diagnosing yourself and being an advocate for your own health. Due to the fact that I go to the doctor once every 3 months, I never really gave significant thought to the matter. Why wouldn't they make an effort to check me out? Additionally, Teddi shared what she believes her audience can take away from her story. Teddi's shoulder was the location of the stage 1 lesion that was the most advanced stage of her melanoma. In the beginning, the doctors believed that full-body scans were not required because her previous diagnosis had not progressed beyond the 1st stage. On the other hand, she believes that this prevented the doctors from recognizing that the melanoma was spreading through her body. Teddi revealed, when I finally followed up on it, they were like, "We didn't do the scans because you didn't have anything above a stage 1 on your body." Teddi then went on to comment on the situation. However, have a look at what transpired. With the help of her tale, the Real Housewives actress hoped to encourage everyone to take responsibility for their own healthcare experiences and advocate for them. When she was asked about it, she said, "If you're not feeling good, it is really about being an advocate for yourself and your health." Fans are aware that Teddi has also utilized social media in order to communicate her narrative to her audience. She also spoke on the emotional anguish that came about as a result of her health experience, in addition to revealing her health struggle. There are a lot of feelings that come along with having cancer, like anger, despair, and loneliness, as Teddi mentioned in a recent article in which she discussed her hair growing back. And despite the fact that I am thankful that immunotherapy is preventing the loss of my life, I have the impression that I am living in a fog, and I can't help but berate myself for all of the ways in which I am falling short. I simply want to be able to return to my normal self as soon as possible. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddi Mellencamp has never shied away from discussing her health journey with fans. But her latest revelation has left her followers stunned and questioning how a crucial detail in her cancer care could have been missed. In a raw and emotional Instagram video posted this week, Teddi, 43, spoke about what she called a medical oversight in her melanoma treatment. One she says might have delayed her diagnosis and forced her to face harsher treatments than necessary. "This is not about pointing fingers," she began, her voice steady but her eyes glassy. "It's about making sure this doesn't happen to someone else." The diagnosis that changed everything. Teddi first revealed her stage I melanoma diagnosis in 2022, crediting her longtime dermatologist for spotting the suspicious mole on her back. Since then, she's undergone multiple surgeries to remove cancerous lesions, posting candid hospital photos, and urging her followers to schedule regular skin checks. Her transparency turned her into an unexpected advocate for melanoma awareness, especially among women who, like her, might otherwise think of it as an older person's disease. But in her latest update, Teddi admitted that a key warning sign in her medical records had been overlooked for months. The oversight. According to Teddi, her dermatologist had flagged a mole for monitoring during an appointment in late 2021. The plan was to recheck it in 6 months. "That note was in my chart, plain as day," Teddi explained. "But the follow-up never happened. The appointment wasn't scheduled, and I didn't realize until it was too late that I should have been the one pushing for it." When she returned nearly a year later for a routine check, the mole had darkened and grown irregular edges, 2 classic signs of melanoma progression. A biopsy confirmed the worst. "The hardest part is knowing that we had a chance to catch it earlier," Teddi said. "It's haunting." Emotional toll. The Rhobh alum admitted that learning about the oversight sent her into a spiral of what-ifs. "I kept replaying it in my head. What if I had called to confirm? What if someone in the office had flagged it? Would I still have needed 2 surgeries? Would I be in a different stage right now?" Teddi, who has 3 children with husband Edwin Arroyev, says the thought of leaving her kids without a mother has been her biggest fear throughout the ordeal. "You start thinking about birthdays you might miss, graduations you might not be there for," she said, her voice cracking. "That's when the anger hits, because this wasn't inevitable. It could have been caught sooner." Not placing blame, but demanding change. While Teddi says she has no intention of publicly naming the clinic or doctor involved, she believes the situation highlights a larger issue in patient care. The assumption that follow-up steps will happen automatically. "I'm not suing anyone. I'm not out for revenge," she clarified. "But this is a flaw in the system. We can't rely on the idea that someone will remember for us. We have to be active participants in our own healthcare." She urged her followers to request copies of their medical notes after every appointment and to keep personal calendars for recommended follow-ups. "It sounds simple, but that one step could save your life," Teddi said. Fans rally behind her. Within hours, Teddi's post was flooded with supportive comments from fans, fellow Bravo stars, and cancer survivors. Former Rhobh co-star Kyle Richards wrote, "You're so strong to share this. You're saving lives with your honesty." Megan King Edmonds, who has also been public about her health scares, added, "This hit me hard. We've all assumed the system has our back. Thank you for reminding us to stay on top of our care." Countless followers shared their own near-miss stories, from missed mammograms to unreturned lab results, echoing Teddi's call for patient self-advocacy. Living with the consequences. Teddi revealed that because her melanoma was not caught at its earliest stage, she now faces more aggressive monitoring and treatments for the foreseeable future. "I get full body checks every 3 months, she explained. "They scan my lymph nodes. I have blood work done regularly, and I've had 5 additional spots biopsied since the initial surgery. While some of those biopsies came back benign, others showed precancerous cells, a reminder that her fight isn't over. It's a constant mental game," Teddi said. "I try to stay positive, but every time I walk into that office, I hold my breath until the results come back." The reality TV factor. For Teddi, the challenge has been amplified by her life in the public eye. "When you're a reality TV figure, people think they know everything about you," she said. "They see the smiles on Instagram, but they don't see the sleepless nights or the fear before a scan." She admitted that part of her wanted to keep the medical oversight private, fearing it would be spun into a storyline about negligence or drama. But ultimately, she decided that sharing could help others avoid the same fate. If one person hears my story and makes that follow-up appointment they've been putting off, it's worth it, she said. Turning pain into purpose. In addition to speaking out, Teddi has partnered with the Melanoma Research Foundation to launch a campaign aimed at encouraging patients to track their skin checks. The initiative includes a printable mole map for monitoring changes, as well as a social media challenge urging followers to post their own skin check reminders using the hashtag #CheckYourSkin. This is my way of taking back control, Teddi explained. Cancer takes a lot from you, your time, your peace of mind, sometimes even your body, but it doesn't get to take my voice. A message for everyone. Teddi closed her video with a heartfelt plea. Don't wait for someone to tell you it's time for a checkup. Don't assume no news is good news. Be that annoying patient who double-checks everything. Be the one who calls. Your life is worth the extra effort. For a woman who once admitted on Rhobh that she hates confrontation, Teddi's battle has transformed her into a fearless advocate. One who is willing to confront the uncomfortable truths about healthcare if it means saving lives. I wish this wasn't my story, she said softly. But it is, and maybe by telling it, I can help someone else write a different one.